All right, we are here at Power Morphicon, and I am with
Tony Oliver.
So Tony Oliver. That sounds like a Tommy Oliver. For those who don't know, what's your involvement with Power Rangers?
I was the development producer and head writer for the first season and a half. I wrote the pilot episode. I was the ADR director for the first season. I played the voice of Saba. Yeah, just a lot of stuff.
So like basically, there is no convention without you, in a sense.
Okay.
Yeah. But okay, so it's been 31 years. This is the biggest Power Rangers convention in the world. What is it like to be a part of it and just seeing your involvement 30 years after?
It's fascinating, and I marvel at it. You know, when we were putting it together, we don't really think about longevity. I mean, we're thinking about dollars and cents. We're thinking about ratings. We're thinking about entertaining kids. But you know, we figured we'd get maybe 3 to 5 years out of the show. So the fact that it's still around 30 years later and still drawing this kind of attention is amazing to me and gratifying. I feel like we created something worthwhile.
Absolutely. Especially when you see kids like around my age who are, 3 years old, 4 years old, now adults, and they're bringing their kids. Like the fact that it has so much longevity and legacy, like you helped create that. Like that's incredible.
No, thanks. Yeah, it's fun. I don't really think of it in those terms usually, but yeah, if you think about it, it's I've been pretty lucky.
Yeah. So how did you get to be involved as the voice of Saba?
We were looking for. I cast all the voice actors for the original season, and so I was looking for a guy by the name of Ted Lehman, who's an actor that acted in Robotech with me.
Okay.
And he played this character named Exodore, which had this wonderful little nasally voice and a bit of a British accent. And so but he had retired. I called him up, and he was out of the business. So I was talking to the other producers, and I was describing what he sounded like, because we're going to have to cast him. And I did the voice. They said, "Well, that's good. You're an actor. You do it." And that's how I ended up with it.
I'm having difficulty getting through to the Red Ranger.
Jason, where are you? I need you.
That's awesome because, like, as a kid, the sword, the Saba sword in particular, like that toy, it was like coveted. To this day I still don't have it because it was so much money. But do you have a prop from that time?
No, I have the original Bandai version that was put out right in the day. It's not mechanical, it's not electronic, has no voices. It's just a basic sword. So I have one of those. But I don't have the legacy sword.
Got it.
They promised me one, and
hey, give the guy his sword.
And now I went to go buy one a few weeks ago, and I went, "Oh, I can't afford it now."
Yeah. You know how we feel. All right. Yeah. So the last question is, this PMC in particular is kind of a strange one because it's the first time where we don't know where the future is for Power Rangers. Right. What do you want to see as far as how this series continues forward?
Well, in terms of live action series, I think it's time for it to have a bit of a rest. It needs a rest. It's been great, but they've been covering the same ground for the last few years over and over and over again. I don't watch it much, but just from what I've seen, and just in the nature of being in television as long as I have been, it needs to rest. But there's other things happening with it, with the comic books and the ancillary stuff, and I think that's great. That'll keep it alive for a while until everything can settle down and maybe a new set of eyes brings it back in a different format.
Right. Is there anything that you want to promote, anything that you're involved right now, or you have an Instagram or anything like that?
My Instagram is at TonyOliver275. I have a school, Adventures in Voice Acting, along with Bang Zoom Studios, and that's adventuresinvoiceacting.com. It's anime-based voice acting and instruction, both online and in studio. I'm currently directing Mission Yozakura Family for Hulu.
That's awesome.
And I did Undead Unlock, and I was the voice director last year for Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
Oh, okay.
So,
awesome.
And that's done really well. So watch that. You'll enjoy it.
Great. Well, Tony, so awesome to meet you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right.